Okay, so now what we've got is a half a cylinder here. So this one's a bit different because it's got three different types of parts to it. If we have a look at the picture here, we can see that it's made up of, and let's do the end caps first. So it's made up of an end piece there, which is the same as that one there. And so we've got two lots of the semicircle. Now we know how to calculate the area for a semicircle. It's pi r squared divided by 2. But what we're told here is that the distance across there is 4 centimeters, and so the radius for this circle is going to be equal to 2 centimeters for that half circle. All right, so that should be okay there. And in fact, if we've got two half circles, we can probably just do the area of one full circle. I'm just guessing there. Actually, I'm not guessing. All right, so let's have a look at the next one. Now, if we look inside the shape here, we can see that there is a rectangle on the bottom, flat rectangular section there. So we can put the rectangle there, and we're given the measurements for the rectangle. We've got 8 centimeters on the long side and 4 centimeters on the short side. So that's a nice easy one, just our length times width. And then, just to make our life a bit more difficult, we've got this curved piece here. This, I'll use blue for this one. This curved dome that's going over the rectangle on the bottom there. So again, if we take a piece of paper and curve it, a rectangular piece of paper, and curve it into an arch like that, we can see that this is just a rectangle that's bent. So we're going to use a rectangle again here, and we've got this length here, which is your 8 centimeters, but we don't know what this curved length is here. We don't know what that is. And so we'll put a question mark there. We'll get to that later. You can bet, however, it's going to be more than 4 because this is curved over the 4, which means that it's longer than 4. So it's going to be something more than 4. Okay. Now, the plan is to find twice the area of the semicircle plus the bottom of the bottom rectangular part, which I'll just call the base there. And we'll just note that these are the ends. So I've got the two ends, the base, and then I've got the curved top there. Should have given myself a little bit more space there, but we're good. Okay, that's the plan there. Find the area of each of those things, then add them up. So let's start with this one here. This is equal to the area of a circle, because I've got two half circles with a radius of 2 centimeters. So for this one, area equals pi r squared. Area equals 3.14 times 2 centimeters times 2 centimeters. And so area is going to be equal to 12.56 centimeters squared. Now, as I said before, I'm using 3.14 for pi so that you can see that I'm swapping that for a number value. You can use the calculator value, and if you do, you'll get exactly the answer that is in the textbook. Mine's going to be a little bit off because I'm using an approximation of the number. Now, what am I doing here? I'm trying to move this out the way. That's better. All right, so I've done the first bit. I've done the area of the two end caps. So we're good with that. That one's done. No worries. Tick. Let's have a go at this one here. They're working out for this one, which I'll do in a slightly different color. Area for rectangles is length times width. So what we'll do is we'll call the long one the length, shorter one the width, and then we're good to go. 8 centimeters times 4 centimeters. Area equals 32 centimeters squared. And once again, we're good. We're finished with that one. Fantastic. Now we've got the last one, and the last one's a bit of a pain, all right, because of this unknown length here, which is this. Now, if we look at that end cap there, what we want to find is this outside curved length, which is a half of the circumference of the circle. Now, we already know that the radius is 2 centimeters here, So if I want to get half of the circumference of the circle, I need to do circumference. A half of circumference is equal to a half of 2 times pi times r, because that's your circumference. That's how you calculate it. I'm taking half of it, so I take half of it here. Or you could just find the circumference and divide by 2, however you want to do it. All right, but the half of the circumference, in this case, is equal to a half times 2 times 3.14 times 2 centimeters. And, you know, on your calculator, you can either do that as 1 divided by 2 times 3.14 times 2. And what you're going to get is 6.28. Or you can do half of 2 is 1. They cancel each other out. And then 2 times 3.14 is 6.28 centimeters. Either way, you're going to get half of the circumference equaling 6.28 centimeters. Now, the reason you wanted that was because this value here, this 6.28, that's your length there, 6.28 centimeters. Now, once you've got that, of course, it's pretty straightforward. Area is equal to length times width. You've got your long side there, you've got your short side there, and so area is equal to 8 centimeters times 6.28 centimeters. Area equals 50.24 centimeters squared. Now, once again, I've got my three answers here. I've got my area for the end caps. I've got my area for the base rectangle. I've got my area for the unrolled half circle curved bit. I must not forget that I need to add these answers together to get the total surface area. So that's 12.56 centimeters squared plus 32 centimeters squared plus 50.24 centimeters squared. And so the total surface area is going to be, well, let's just get that, plus 32 plus 12.56, and I've got 94.8 centimeters squared. What did they get in the book? They got 94. The book says 94.83, and again, this is because I'm using 3.14, and this is coming from them from using 3.1415926, blah, 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 blah. It just goes on forever. Their number is a tiny bit higher than mine, and so their answer, once again, is a tiny bit higher than mine. But this is well good enough. Okay, that's that.